guys, Super Jake, this is Super Jake Plays. Now today in this video, or live stream, we're going to be playing Universe Sandbox. Yeah, I feel like my starting stream button just does some weird stuff. Or did the stream even start? I don't really know. Wait, yeah I did. Okay, so we're fine. So what we're going to be doing, is, for now at the start, wait. No, Venus is too high, but, we're going to terraform some of these planets. Now, we're only going to be messing around with stuff that can actually be changed, or orbits or rotation. We won't change that. That's just too much. So let's just start by going to its atmosphere. So I'm gonna just slow this thing down. So if we show under the atmosphere, we can tell it's like burning under here. So we need to fix that. Let's just see. How do we do this? The atmosphere, I don't really know how to change this. So, carbon dioxide, let's do, yeah, that's a lot. Let's lower that thing down by a whole lot. Yeah, we need to lower that carbon dioxide there. So now it's like way more lower nitrogen? Wait, hold on, these are all in Earth atmosphere. So we also need to lower that a bit. But keep it kinda high. But the oxygen, we need to raise that a bit. Oh. Why can we not have oxygen? Let's also wait for this. Let's also just check the temperature now. After a while. The temperature is going down by a lot. Oh. Yeah, I think the only problem about this thing is that it kind of got a little too cold. Like, you know. But the rotation's pretty slow anyways, so... we can't really do anything about that, but hey, at least we got the... at least we lowered the atmosphere thing, so now it's... like that. Now with the water... yeah, it's... wait, no, the water. It's not really that much, so let's go to kilograms. Oh. Let's try to get a bit more of that. Now, sulfur dioxide, we need that thing to be low. Okay. I think we're doing pretty fine here. So let's just speed up time a little bit more. I think this is a fine temperature thing. It's just pretty cold. Yeah, most of the planets, like... man, it, like, barely changes temperature. Yeah, the entire planet's getting colder. Though, how would life live on this? Oh, well, at least it's kinda high. Though we need to add in some oceans, so, Let's edit the surface by adding in some liquids. Because we need that water. We need this thing to be piled in ocean. This will definitely cool it down, and that's the reason why we might need some more things. Okay, we need entire oceans of this thing. We need to spread this thing everywhere. Every single thing on this planet. And we probably need to add in some more carbon dioxide again. And some oxygen. So there, that definitely cooled down the planet, but yep, there we go, that just raised it. With what we were doing. There. Let's see. On. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's see, camera speed. I didn't know you could just track that. Okay. Well, what we were doing about the surface. Alright. So we do need oxygen. Wait. Where is I swear oxygen was on this thing. I have to click show all, don't I? Yeah, why is there 0 oxygen? That's weird. Why is it default to 0? I don't get what's wrong with it. Yeah, so I just raised things a bit, so let's just see. So the temperature's gonna go back up because we do need carbon dioxide. Because if it's we need it to be warmer. Because this is not warm enough. What is all this stuff here? Nitrogen. There. Is there a way to take this thing off? Let's now see the temperature. Yeah, that's fine. So going by normal. It's like there's really warm places and then there's like certain places where it's not as warm. So I would say that we just did it. Let's just check the life likelihood. 7%. Okay, maybe it's just really hard to terraform this planet. Now the next one, Mars. This one might be easier. So all we need to do is... Well, first thing is that we have to change its atmosphere a bit. Oh wait, hold on. I just now realized we do need to do this. Yeah, we need to have like a pretty good magnetosphere. Strength, it needs to be pretty good. And there. Let's look at Venus. So I think that's probably a big problem. Yeah, because I don't think it really has one. Oh gosh. Wait. Why does it look so tiny? Oh, I was looking at the wrong one, wasn't I? Yeah, I was looking at the pole angle. Yeah, so the strength, it can be pretty good. Yeah, probably like that. And then waiting for a while, then probably life will raise. Okay, life hasn't, but you do need that. Mars. Okay, we can turn off the show thing. It's over here. I don't really know how to... Oh, that's how. Okay, well, with Mars... We need the scale to be on, like, Mars' atmosphere, yeah. So we need quite a bit of oxygen. Way more carbon. Why does the atmosphere look like that? Where's its poles? Or, no, that's not even... It's just frozen there. We need that. Let's now see, okay. Let's see the temperature change. Nothing. That is a bit weird. Let's add in more carbon then. Yeah, at that point you can barely see under it. Yeah, that's definitely warming it. Oh, it just became Venus. Yeah, I think that's a bit too much. Yeah, that might be good. Cooling back down. And now it's staying at a pretty warm temperature. Let's maybe raise the oxygen levels. Get way less carbon. Like maybe about here. Now it kind of does look like Earth. So let's just remove the clouds and atmosphere and just see how it looks. So the poles have melted. That's good. Though I do think we need... Wait. I think we do need to do some landscaping. Like, make this giant ocean over here. There. So now it kind of looks like Earth. A little bit. So now let's see how the temperatures will go. It might cool down because of the amount of water. So now the average temperature... seasons probably do matter. That you can go over it. Wait, hold on. We do need some negatives, which seems to be happening, because on Earth, you know, yes, let's just see the coldest it can get. Yeah, because it can be fine if it gets cold in the negatives. We just need to have a good area to actually live in. So yeah, I think we got it. It's somehow warmer than Venus, but also better likelihood anyway. So yeah, so there's Mars. Now for the next one. Let's go to Earth. So of course now wait. No, we're missing one planet. This is probably going to be the hardest one because of how close it is. So, first thing is that we need this thing to have a good magnetic field. Oh wait, it kind of already has one. Let's see. Why is it growing? Wait, no, it just changes size. Well, we need that thing to be pretty strong to withstand the sun. So yeah, so that's good. Now it has these like warm and cold spots all around, like see? Though the poles are kind of fine. Yeah, it's just really warm here. So I don't think we're going to put on carbon, but we definitely do need to do something to make this work. So this probably does have a better rotation, I will say, than the rest. So yeah, so for all of them, looking at kilograms, we need, oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll just look at this in Mars atmosphere, so that's a lot of water. Carbon, we do need some, but not a lot. We do need a lot of oxygen. Not that much. Not much oxygen. And nitrogen. That is needed. There we go. There. we need to actually put on some water onto it. It's probably a lot onto the poles. As over there, they can freeze and probably create some ice. We definitely need some on the equator. Because water can cool down this planet. That would be also a pretty good thing. Let's also have ice. Yeah, a lot of ice over here. Actually, why don't we just have ice everywhere? And if we're gonna have ice everywhere, then that means it'll melt while also cooling down the planet. So we need like a lot of it. Yeah, let's like yeah, let's make that radius way more larger too. So now this thing should be pretty much an ice ball. Let's see how long it'll take for it to all melt. It evaporated. All of it. How did it evaporate? Yeah, there. Now it's all back onto the planet. But I honestly don't. Yeah, look at that. It just evaporates. How does it do that? Like, what? Okay, well the poles it still has some. Yeah, the poles create a thin ice thing. So that means the poles are pretty much like the only good place to live onto this planet. And yeah. Though there's strangely no atmosphere. At least to what I could think of. So yeah, it's pretty hard to, it's quite hard to live onto this thing. So there's that. Oh wait. Oh, so it does have all of its, what the? What caused all of this? Yeah, let me just, let me remove a lot of the carbon, by the way. Let me just remove all of that. Oh yeah, it's all gone. Yeah, I think if you were to just wait, I'm gonna just put it right here. Let's see. If you were to go right here and you were to click, oh. Yeah, that's how the atmosphere gets its thing, and it gets clouds. It gets a lot of clouds. What is this? It's probably it just going into the atmosphere. That means the atmosphere is quite misty. Okay. Jupiter. Actually, let's not even try. Let's just do the moon. I have a good feeling about the moon. I have a good feeling, so... I don't really know where it is. You know, you could just type it You can type it to the live chat, you know that, right? Alright, let's see. That is way too short. Right? Yeah, it's about there. Why is it so far in the future right now? Why does the atmosphere always go away when I look at it? You have to go all the way to the moon. So we might have the moon in the wrong position, but that doesn't really matter. So the first thing that we need to do is create a magnetic field for it. Oh, I just passed halfway. Magnetic field. Now, what's the thinnest it can be? Like, really tiny. But we need this thing to be pretty large. Not, like, too large. We also need... we do need some carbon on this thing. Carbon's essential, water, nitrogen is essential. Water. Yeah, what is this? Did it just pass? Bro, just had a lunar eclipse. Yeah, let's just look at an atmosphere of Mars. There. Like, that's a bit too much oxygen. Yeah, there you go, that's fine. Yeah, now it just looks a little bit blue. And we also need to put onto the landscape water. Water everywhere. Water in every single place. Is it freezing? Why is it frozen around this place? Okay, that means we need a lot of carbon. There we go. That's good. Why does it look so tiny? It looks smaller now. Wait. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm looking at the right thing. So let's see its surface temperature now. Okay, so it's like way too warm now. Let's lower that carbon to maybe half. Yeah, that's definitely working. Yeah, it's getting it colder. Making the average, like, negative, though. There's, like, burning parts anyway, so... Whatever, there you go. There's the moon. Okay, well now let's just see, can these habitable planets even survive these differences? So let's just first make the sun dimmer by almost 10%. Yeah, pretty much 10% more dimmer. Mercury seems to be in the best of it. Yeah, Mercury definitely is going to be now the livable planet. Yeah. It's now, like, pretty nice to live on this thing. Venus, though, it was already kind of cold, so I bet this thing's going to be even more colder. Yeah. You would have to add in more carbon. So let me just do that. So I'll probably just immediately remove it because it needs it. Because now, for the next thing, we're gonna make it 10 times as normal. Mars is not even in the best plot, or spot, whatever. Let's just see how Mars's temperatures rise. It's burning. Let's see, wasn't it like the coldest one, like Venus at the... Oh my gosh. This is actually the best one to live on. I don't know how, but it's the best one in temperature. I feel like the Earth is not... Yeah. All the planets turned white. Oh yeah, this one's burning. Okay, let's return it back to its normal, but make it just larger for some reason. Oh. I think that might have messed up everything. Nah, it's fine. Nah, it's fine. We can just auto-orbit all of them. Yeah, I think the orbits are just... all the orbits are just slightly off. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Man, it just seems so confusing on how all these planets are like... Neptune and Uranus aren't actually that bad. But, yeah, I think, yeah, they're, some of these planets are, like, way too close now. There we go. So, I think I might know all the things for these. Yeah, 4 days? That is way too little. Yeah, I know exactly in days. It's like 80 days. Venus is like... In days, it's like 200. No, it's not 300. It's more like 200. That's close. Earth actually got quite close. It actually only, like, lowered its orbit just by a bit. There. Now they're back in normal. Oh, the moon. The moon lost orbit, and now it's in its own orbital place. You know what? Let's actually make it... Let's make it, like, close enough to Earth and to where it can probably meet back up. It's, like, right here. Let's even make it about the same. Let's even just see how close it truly is. Nah. It's close, but not quite. I have to, like, push it just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I don't really want it to be too close. Whee! That's like I was going to do, but I need to make the mass not change. Is make the radius just larger. Oh, shoot! It just exploded. Now there's like fragments everywhere. And also the sun's cooling. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or not. Actually, its luminosity is the exact same. I've just messed up everything in this thing. It now has exploded. You know, let's just add in a black hole. That will be nice. Like a 10 million. Yeah, that just sucked in everything. Alright, now that pretty much everything has been pretty much eaten up by this little black hole, I just put in a baseball. What just happened? Now we're traveling so fast that it literally travels pretty quickly. Let's place it a baseball. Like right here. Because what I just see. This might be weird. What just happened? Oh, there it is. Why is it like so tiny? Okay, yeah, probably we should use like a star for this. Yeah, dude, that baseball just went away. So now that there's a star here, let's probably place in what we were going to inside the habitable zone, so that means it won't burn up. Oh, wait. It might just fly away. So, here's a tennis ball. And then here's a basketball. About a meter away. Let's slow this thing down by a lot. There they are inside of an orbit. Here's a satellite. It just disappeared. Yeah, I feel like using like very tiny objects is not really a good idea, so wait. Let's use the small, like a very small star. Why just see? That's a really small star right here. But it has a mass more than the sun. And just for comparison, this is the moon Phobos. Let's even orbit them at like 100 kilometers, like right here. And so what is this thing? So it has luminosity of like barely anything, but it's like has a huge mass. Yeah, dude, Phobos is literally burning. Let's put in the moon, the entirety of the moon. Right here. It's probably like burning up because of the, you know. Lots of moons. You know, why don't we just put in like a array of moons and just see what happens to all of them? Wait, is there such thing as like eclipses from some of them? Wait, I just thought. So here's a moon. Here's Ganymede. What kind of eclipse is created? Are they too close? And oh gosh, it's burning. The eclipse is a bit horrible. That just looks like a solar eclipse, but way more closer, I would say. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh. What have I done over here? Yeah, let's just make a new thing. Alright, and Earth. And Mars. But said they orbit, like, pretty close. Wait, which one will be hit? If it's like over here and we make like a slight curve. I know the gravities will probably like mess with each other. Oh shoot, it's actually going straight towards Mars right now. Yeah, there, it just smashed into Mars. Okay, which one will it hit? This will be a bit more smaller. The moon. It either will go around Mars and then towards the Earth, or it just... It's now in an orbit of Earth. That's just crazy. And the orbit of Mars is really messing it up. Okay, here's a close approach. Now, let's just place this thing, like, really far. I want to see what the habitable zone is. So this is actually quite far. And then... So now things are actually semi-visible. Yeah, they still are going to orbit the Earth, it's just now using trail, they're probably going to be moving. Actually, they're just orbiting each other. Don't really know where, but they're orbiting. Let's even make the star brighter. So it doesn't just look like it's a dot in the sky. Yeah, that's really gonna... Yeah, that's definitely gonna affect them. Let's just see on how those eclipses would look. Yeah, Mars is still too big. Yeah, Mars is still big enough that it can just do it and it would be fine. Or it just wouldn't create, like, you know, an angular or even get close. So yeah. So now, let's put in another thing. Venus. Now this one, we're probably going to do it in such a way on where it's most likely going to miss. Yeah, but it'll get close to Earth, though. It is messing up their orbits. Yeah, they just got close enough on where... Wait, hold on. It might actually smash into Earth. Or wait, it might smash into... Is Venus going to smash with both of them? Wait. Close. Very close. But not quite. On a Venus, it probably just made it look like nighttime. Man! Yeah, that was, like, really close. Where did it just go? Why does it have its own habitable zone? What just happened to this? What is it doing? Venus just smashed into it where it just created a star. How? It's still growing in size. Okay, now it just stopped at like the size of Jupiter. How? How did Venus smashing into the Earth do that? Okay, maybe I'm gonna reenact that. I'm gonna just change this. Yeah, I think I can. Wait. See, I think I have to... I have to click something. Yeah, it's this. Replace with Earth. That's back to its normal thing. Let's even smash it with Venus. Yeah, it just went straight into it. Now let's just do the type where it like grinds onto the side. Now Venus needs to be like faster for that to happen. Yeah, so like that. Though strangely, the Earth is creating its own light right now, or maybe it's just burning that badly. Yep, there it is. Oh my gosh. Why are they both, like, releasing stuff? Like, what? I don't know if this thing were to combine with Europa, it would start freezing, so, not really start freezing, but it would get a lot more water. There's that. Why does that look like South America? Oh my gosh. There, now it's cooled down a lot. But still burning. I want to just see, what point can it get where this thing looks like an angular? Right here. Alright. So now, let's do similar to what we did before. Where we throw That thing is gonna get real close, yeah. Okay, now it's definitely probably gonna like get grazed onto the side. I'm surprised in how it still hasn't. Bro, it is literally getting light. From the Earth. How is that even possible? And now... yeah, let's even lower this... you know, let's lower the speed even more. Yep, it says flying into the Earth. Yep, there it goes. Wow. 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 Whoa. What? You guys are still going. Like, the noise, but for me, it just got completely cut out. Why does this game love crashing? Oh, I'm gonna say. Well, I hope you guys like this live stream. Please subscribe.